Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the discount. Happy Sunday. Today is February 26th, 2023, and we're going to kick off recapping the day we had on Friday, which was a whopper of a day. We'll get into the day trades that we had, and it's really the type of day that you sign up for. So we'll get into that in just a bit. And as always, I like to start out here with the week ahead, what we're looking at here on the SPY daily chart. And, nothing's really changed. I understand this isn't a very good look for a bullish breakout of this trend line, but we're still above the trend line. And I had said last week, look, we're going down to test this stuff. Now, I was actually going to entertain some call options here with a spike of this trend line because the normal garden variety thing is to get a spike of all these moving averages and then we're going to shoot back up. Now that can happen anyway, but the manner in which it got in here, it was a little bit too slow for my liking, so what have you, not for me. And look at all these things that we have going on here, right? Um I really think that if we start getting below and closing candles below this, and we can't get back above this trend line, get the brush out here again. It's not going to be a good look. Even if we start kind of trying to play games with it, we're probably going to be heading lower. And that's just the way it is. But that is just not the case yet. We don't know what's going to happen. This fib retrace is pretty interesting if you just take this pivot low to pivot high. Really, all it's doing, I mean, you have so many things here, the 382, the 100, the 200. Now it's actually closed the daily candle below the 50 and the big trend line. If we don't get some type of rally out of this, I'm going to be pretty surprised. But in any event, it doesn't matter what I think or what it should do. The markets are always right. So we're going to watch this. Perhaps if it really comes back in here and hits the 50% retrace, I'll probably entertain a call option with probably 2 weeks expiration. But that's not what this is for, right? Just want to see what's going on here. And the tape is neutral, in my opinion. Above the trend line, it's bullish, right? We could certainly just do one of these numbers and play games and then up, and go back into an uptrend, right? Because you do still have this thing that, um, it's not super intact anymore because they did close a daily candle above, or I'm sorry, below. However, we can play games with it and just get back into the motion. No problem. That could certainly happen. Um, it can also fail, like I said before. Start closing candles below this, and we start failing, and it starts to look a little bit different. Who knows? In any event, it is definitely a neutral tape to bearish at this point. So we want to see it pop if we're looking for the bull side. The all important Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin futures chart. Like I said, it's just kind of following suit. If the SPY starts to close candles, daily, weekly candles below that trend line, and Bitcoin is just going to follow suit most likely. It's holding up. I mean, from a structural standpoint, it looks like to be holding up a lot better than the S&P. That said, you know, Bitcoin's so volatile. You get one really nasty sell on the S&P, this thing goes right. It goes fills this gap, starts closing below this, and who knows, right? Boom, you're going south. Until then, really kind of neutral on it, and it is in this new bull uptrend. So really nothing to be bearish about if and unless we start filling this gap and getting below this gap and getting down there. So the sign or signal of a trend change that I'm really looking for is going to fill this gap, number one, and not shooting right off of it and wicking, we get a nice wick and we resume uptrend. No big deal. That's just what markets do. Look at this thing. That's a nice wick right there. We get one of those and fill this gap. Okay, cool. So it tested some pretty important stuff, normal market behavior, and now it's going back to resume its uptrend. However, if it starts closing daily candles and confirming that it wants to go lower, then you definitely have some pretty significant downside. In my opinion, Bitcoin will go down to the 12 to 11,000 spot, no problem. All right, so that is the two charts that I like to go over just right off the bat before we start getting into our day trades. So we had such a good day on Friday, and I will be recapping the Fridays that we have on Sundays from now on, so it gets you guys ready to be in uniform, ready to go Monday morning. Uh, I don't want. I try to get out of there as soon as possible on Friday. I'm not trying to be in front of the screens all day. That's not the business that we're trying to be in, right? Sometimes we get stuck in front of screens all day. That's fine. Nature of the business. However, if we can get out early, we'd love to do that. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys because the live day trading channel on Telegram is now live. And I'm going to show you guys what the entire script looked like on Friday. So I lay out everything. This is the Lazy Day Trader channel. Got almost about 100 people in there, hopefully learning, profiting. If you have any questions, please reach out. I lay out the rules. I do not have a very in-depth educational video for super beginner traders. However, if you have any type of trading experience on any platform like TradingView plus a brokerage, um, Thinkorswim, or any other platform that you can trade equities on actively, this all should make sense. If not, please let me know. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I want everyone to understand this strategy and be able to profit or learn until they can profit from this strategy. So I lay out everything very clearly. And anyone, again, any questions, let me know. So, track record, we got to update that because we had 2 wins on Friday. Good track record so far. I think we're at 82% win rate. Let's get right into it. So Friday, February 24th, 2023, we're up in uniform, ready to go at 6:40 a.m. And I have an update at 7:30 a.m. Wake up red. We're looking at the 397 level, which if it gets below, things could get ugly. Well, what happened? It did get below 397 in the pre-market and things got a little ugly there, right? I really was expecting this to get down to this zone, the 392.85 to 391.35. It did not, and that's okay. However, it did not hold up that 397 level, and look what happened. So we'll go back. I'm cooking up day trades. So I'm updating you guys on what's happening in the markets while I'm cooking up the day trades. And I get back with the day trade setups usually around 8:30, sometimes like 8:45, 9 o'clock. Sometimes I want to see a couple things happen. However, I really should have the setups for you guys at around 8:30 a.m. That gives you time to set the levels in your platform. Understand, okay, if we're looking for $1.50 to 2.50 on a target and a stop, how many dollars or shares am I willing to lose? If you're new to this strategy, start very, very small, paper trade. Do whatever you need to just to get confident and see this thing through. But nonetheless, everything is there for you. If you're working remotely and you have another computer system set up to the side, if you're a full-time trader, an aspiring full-time trader, doesn't get much simpler than this. This is what I'm doing anyway. So again, I'm sharing it with you guys. Hopefully it's helpful. So we had 2 of these trades hit our numbers, and let's get into them. ADBE, our entry was 323.26, and we're looking for $3 to $5. Now, I'm going to show you this chart. And so the 10-minute chart, and on this equity, it's not going to tell you the story. But if you go, and the same thing is going to be for the next equity too, both were great winners, but you have to be fast with these things because the minute chart here, 9:30 opening bell, comes in. Look how close it got on this candle, this 9:38 a.m. candle. It got to 323, about 323.80. And our level was 323.26. Okay. I posted, when I saw that, I posted on the board, I said, okay, guys, ADB, here, let me get down a little bit further. But I said ADB might have missed the level by 50 cents, and it would have gave you the 250. Now, part of the rules in this strategy is first hit, best hit, only hit. If it already missed the level and shot up like it did in this chart right here, don't necessarily want it anymore. Like 5 times out of 10, probably more than that. However, it was so early in the day and we already got a huge rip out of ADSK that I said, okay, it did give you the trade if you front ran it, which obviously I don't front run. I'm just sticking to my rules, my levels, my targets, my stops. Sometimes I'll front run, but very rarely, maybe by 10 cents, not by this much. So it gave you the trade. It came back so sharply. I said, you know what? I'll play ball with like a quarter, typical quarter share position size. Look what it did. It was chopping around, and I updated the chat and I said, any candle closes below 322.40, I'm stopping out of ADBE. So I'm keeping a tight leash on this one, right? Not a 15-minute candle, a 10-minute candle. I'm keeping a tight leash and a small position size because technically it already gave you the deal. But if you look at the 10-minute chart, it really didn't, because this was the area right here. And you kind of want to stay away from the minute chart as your full-time indicator, right? I like the 10-minute chart, I like the hourly chart. So, okay, whatever. I played ball with a very small position size and a tight leash. So not a $3 to $5. If you could, let's go back to the Lazy Day Trader channel. If right, typically in the morning, I was like, okay, ADBE, the volatility on this one is $3 to $5, right? But after it hit that level, and I'm just explaining my thought process to you guys, so you understand that these little nuances, regardless of if I provide the setups, these little nuances can determine if you're profitable or not, regardless if the setups are, 82% win rate, which they are right now. These nuances determine whether you're profitable or not. Okay, so we get in. It gave you the deal. I'm out for $2. I said, "What should get at least $2 out of this?" So we're out on $2, and it comes back in. Obviously, we don't want it anymore. Now I should have opened up with this first trade. This one was amazing, and again, it's not going to show you the story on the 10-minute chart. Look at this rip. This happened within the first few seconds of the morning. I had my order ready. I had my pre-market screen up. So I'm seeing it chop around over here. You're not going to see it on here, but it was happening over here, and I said, this is going to hit. So I set my order. It was 199.76. Look on the board. ADSK 199.76 long. Our target and stop is 150.250. Okay. Literally within 1 minute. Boom, huge rip. I'm out. 1 minute. We get that on ADSK. And that's exactly what we signed up for. Let's go back to the chart. Now, I didn't get I only took $1.50 out of this because it was happening so quick that I was like, oh my, I don't know. Like it's opening close to the level. It's happening so fast, but you could have certainly gotten more out of this. And these are really the trades we want, guys. We want in and out, boom, 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 within the first hour or two in the morning, and let's go on about our day, right? You get comfortable enough with this strategy where 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 9:30 to 10:30, the first half of the day, you're making your living, your extra income, and you are out the door doing other stuff. So, two amazing trades hit our target. Oop, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Two amazing trades hit our targets, and we are out. And I want to go back to the channel again and show you how. So we are out SPY, right? So we are 2 for 2. Nice scalp on ADBE. We're out on ADSK, 2 for 2. Now that is at 9:48 a.m. in the morning. You could choose to get out, move on with your day. You probably just made $100, $500, 5,000, 10,000 bucks, whatever your target is, and you're comfortable losing, right? Because we do a 1 for 1 risk reward. You're out. Now I'm still going. I see Apple, and this is the benefits of being in the room. I see Apple, and I have a clear setup. Apple at 142.78, $1, 150 stop loss on a 10, 15, or on a 15-minute candle close. Now it wasn't close by, but just in case SPY was going down, because we still had the SPY at 392.85, and I broke out a chart to kind of give everyone a taste of what I'm looking at when I came up with this SPY setup, right? We think better in terms of pictures. Now, I said we had three, actually, it was four big factors in place. And I know this screen's a little messed up, so I'll just show you from here. We had a breakout candle low at 393.50, a 200 period moving average, a 382 daily fib retrace, and a 100 period moving average. 8 times out of 10, the market is not going to cut through these levels. The challenge is figuring out where your entry should be precisely. Now, then that's the reason why on the spiders, sometimes it has to be a little bit of a zone. Not all the time. I really do try to pinpoint levels, and you just have one level. But on the spiders, it's a little bit more difficult to pinpoint just one level. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys exactly some of the taste of the channel. And look, I told everyone, for those who don't know, Friday typically turns into a floater, meaning she goes to sleep. The algos take over. So, we did expect a little bit more volatility given the open, but again, just awareness. And we had two trades out in the first, few minutes or so. So again, as the volatility dried up, I said, okay, you know what? You could start loading the boat at 393.50-ish. Just understand that she could want 391.35. See? 391.35. She did not get down there. In fact, look at this. She played games and oh, there we go. She played games with 393.50-ish, which is what I said, and she took off. So, you could have done a quarter share size, right? You're not going to do a full position size. You could have done a quarter share size at 393.50 and just let it ride the rest of the day and just stop out automatically, you know, below $1 or so, and she would have gave you, probably $2. So again, I'm giving you guys value within the channel live, usually up until about 12 or 1 p.m. And of course, what you're really in here for is not only the intraday spider commentary and the spider day trades, but these day trades uh, that again I post at 8:30 a.m. allow you, if you're working remotely or side job or if you're unemployed or you're looking to be a trader or already a full-time trader, these again have a 70 to 80% win rate, and they're pretty structured and simple. So any understanding of how to trade, you should try to take advantage of these. I'm going to set up a educational video more so around, okay, like what do I do if I've never traded before, but I really want to learn how to do this to try to make some extra income or earn a living. I'm going to do two things. One is going to be, what do I have to do, a guide to set up an account, um, get everything ready, and I'll share my if you're a Thinkorswim user, and that's typically what I use for day trading purposes, I will share my style so you guys can follow along, because I'm very basic, just price action and moving averages. I don't use anything else. And then also I'll do a trading 101 educational video that will come out. For now, I'm really just trying to make sure that this channel is successful for everyone and everyone's continuing to learn and profit if they can. So again, guys, please reach out. Any questions? Happy to help you and help answer any questions that you have. I will be up early in the morning, ready to go in uniform for the day, and looking forward to seeing you guys there. And we'll be back on the charts shortly. Thank you. Bye.